Oh, mind you. Morning, guys. Let's see, everybody's connecting. Alex.
Hello.
Hey.
I
Good
can't
to
see you right now.
You can't? That's all right. As long as you can hear me.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think everybody else, let's see. So everybody else, let's see. They're connecting. Josephine.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Well, you know, that's a silly question now. I didn't realize when I was asking you, but as well as I can be.
Hello.
Hey, Chris.
Yep, that's me.
Hey. And let's see, you got Sarah. Sarah's out there somewhere. Lanja. Okay. So we're just gonna, hey, Malachi. Hey. So I thought I'd open up a little bit early. I noticed people I got like a little waiting room, which is interesting. So I let people in as they come. One of my colleagues actually had an issue yesterday with inappropriate material suddenly showing up on their Zoom stream as they were trying to teach class. So we've all learned which settings to lock down on, so that's not so likely anymore. But so there shouldn't be that exciting of a stuff happening today. We'll find out. How are you guys? Everybody doing relatively okay? I'm glad you're here so far. Let's see. Oh, here we go. All right. Haley's connecting. Let me see. If you guys want to take a look, let me see. Let me let somebody else in. Evan's here now. If you guys go to Canvas, if you can, go to Canvas. I just posted this morning like a review sheet. It would have been practice test 2, basically. So that's up on the on Canvas, and I'm going to post a video later today with the solutions to that handout. So if you want to take a look, make sure you can see it. That would be awesome. I'm not going to make too many more announcements until, I got some chat going on. Oh, yeah, that's okay. You guys don't have to say anything. You could always chat a question to me. If you have a question, you could say it. I might mute everybody if there's too many people talking. In fact, normally when you do these Zoom things, I see a few of you guys probably know this. You mute yourself until you have to talk, and then you unmute yourself, because otherwise you get all kinds of really strange background noises sometimes that happen. I'm going to take a swig of my whiskey here. In a tea bottle. Come on, everybody.
Here I am.
Oh my god, that's so fucking based.
All right. let me remind everybody about mute yourself until I am recording this. I think it should have said that to everybody. So I'm not exactly CBS, but let's keep the F-bombs to a minimum. Let me see. Who else just got here? Here we go. Emily's here. Kick ass. Let me see. Ass is fine. You could say ass. Okay. It's gonna be a little awkward for a moment while I let more people get in here before. I don't want to say everything, 18 times. But as you log in, check out Canvas. Make sure you can see the last thing I posted. Let me see. Let me type that out.
What is the name of the handout on Canvas?
Chapter 4 to Chapter 7 review.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
That was so fucking.
All right. I have extreme power. I just shut everybody up. You can unshut yourself up if you need to say something. Let me see. Oh, here comes somebody. Kick ass. So you got Hannah and Emily. Good morning, everybody. Glad you could make it. Thankfully, you're not in my 7 a.m. class. That was awesome yesterday. I actually had about 2/3 of the class show up, so I was pleasantly surprised and happy. Let me see. As you guys log in, I've already said this a few times for everybody else, and I put it up in the chat. Check out Canvas. Make sure you can find the review sheet that I put there. There we go. Alexis just got here. Okay, I like it. Kick ass. I'm learning things about Zoom. I've used Zoom an infinite percent more than ever before. So here we go. I finally learned how to do a little background. Yay! Let me see. Oh, here we go. That should be. Oh, let's do that. All right. Let's see what time is it. It's almost done. I'm just going to give a few more minutes for more people to log in. I am currently, it did say this is being recorded when you logged in, right? I'm pretty sure it says that, but I am recording this and I will post it to the YouTubes on the internets. Let's see, who else is here? Somebody else just got here, sweet. There we go, all right, I like it. Somebody's trying to reach for me, let me see. Kimberly is here, let me see. Whoa. Okay. All right, I like it. Sweet, that's not too bad. How many people we got here right now? Let's see. Everybody, let me see. What's the easiest way for me to do this? All right, cool, I like it. Can everybody do me this favor? In the chat, can everybody just type here? because I'm going to get a chat transcript. It'll be a great way for me to keep attendance easily. And at any time that I'm doing one of these things, hopefully I'll get better and better as the semester goes on. But if you have any suggestions about anything you've seen your teachers do with Zoom, I just this morning finally figured out how to do a screen video capture of my laptop, so I can do like solutions on the laptop instead of, you know, on the whiteboard or something. So yeah, let's see. There we go. Sweet. Decided to join the late 20th century, just a little bit late. If anybody else just got here, anybody else just now logged in after I said this, just go to chat and say here for me. Hopefully everybody can find chat. Can you guys see at the bottom of the screen where it says participants? And if you click on participants, you should be able to see everybody. Is that true? Let me see. You guys see what I'm saying? So let's try this. If you click on participants, you should be able to see everybody to the right of your screen. And then if you hover over your name, you should be able to see a way to raise your hand. Can everybody try to raise their hand right now? I love it. I did this yesterday and somebody's like, huh? No. Yes. Okay. I got some people raising their hand. I like it. Let me see. How many hands do I got here? Everybody? Slowly people are doing it. I like it. Let me see. If you can't find it, let me know. Again, if you don't see everybody's name, you have to hit participants at the bottom. And then if you go hover over your name, you should be able to raise your hand. I still got a few people that are like, screw you. I don't raise my hand in real life or digitally, Jeff. Come on, you guys can do it. This feels like a weird fundraiser. Okay, slowly I'm getting more people raising their hand. That would be awesome. All right. Hand. Somebody's put their hand down. I love it. Let's see. Alex, are you out there? Can you find the hand thing? Angel, Evan, Kimberly. Some people are like, my approach to these is to log in and then walk away. There we go. All right, I like it. Alex, are you all right? Where are you at, Alex? Yes, I am singling you out. And Kimberly, can you guys find the raise your hand thing? So again, if you got here late, go down to the bottom of the screen. It says participants. And then you can raise your hand if you hover over your name. I think I'm just going to have to assume that a couple people have left for a moment. All right, let's try this. Can you guys see the yes and no? Oh, Alex, thank you. Put your hand up. I like it. Now, everybody, yeah, I love it. I love it. Where's my smart asses? Somebody say no. That's awesome. Click yes or no. I got people raising their hand again. I love you guys. There we go. Yay. That's awesome. Look at you guys go. Look at Jeff catch up with how things work. Is that everybody? No. No, a few people. Kimberly just doesn't want to do shit. All right. Yeah, I'm calling people out. Malachi, can you see yes and no? Are you still there? You're there. I'll stop doing this as soon as you guys click something. Josephine, are you out there? I can't. Oh, sorry, Kimberly. If you click on participants at the bottom of the screen, you should be able to see on the right side of the screen, you should have a thing open up with all the people. And if you hover over your name, you could raise your hand, or if you can just see yes and no at the bottom. Let me see. Does somebody else come in? No. Okay. All right. Oh, Kimberly, you found your, okay. Found the hand. Now, can you see the yes and no? Okay. All right. Let me clear all that business. If somebody got here after I said this, if you haven't typed here yet in the chat, just type here. Oh, if your name is not your name, like there's somebody currently called iPad. I like that. I don't know if iPads can register for classes. If whoever iPad is can just tell me what their name is, that'd be awesome. Or or not. That's okay too, I guess. If you don't want credit for being here. All right, I'm gonna officially start now. This is all being recorded, so whoever's not here yet can catch up later. Thanks, guys. Let's try this. Here's the yes or no question. Have you gotten the new syllabus, the syllabus updates? Boom, 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 boom. I like that. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, a few people saying no. All right. I sent it out over email. I have to be a little better about updating email and Canvas and whatever. Oh, thank you, iPad. That's Grace. Okay. So if you said no, it is in the email. I need to remind myself to put that on Canvas in case anybody's exclusively going through Canvas now. Whatever. Let's see. Canvas, put syllabus updates. All right. So here's the big takeaways from the syllabus updates. If you didn't pay enough attention or if you haven't seen it yet. No more tests, except for the final exam. Each test will now be broken up into quizzes. Cool. The way the quizzes will work, for example, this is exciting. Our first quiz is Thursday. And it's going to be what it was supposed to be before, which was chapter 5 and 6. Okay, so there's going to be a quiz Thursday, chapter 5 and 6. The way quizzes are going to work is after we do this, the Zoom meeting thing, I will post the quiz up on Canvas. You go do it. I'm going to give you until midnight to do it, scan it, send it back to me. I like it. If at any point you have a question, just raise your hand. I like it. Okay. Yes, Alex. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Oops, somebody's here.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. So, what would you like us to scan it with?
Ah, beautiful. I love it. Okay. This is awesome. On Canvas, when you log into when you click on our course, there is a link called Pages.
Okay.
And one of those pages is an assortment of apps for different devices. The one I use is called Tiny Scanner. It's an Android app, and that's on there. So if you go to Canvas, and in the same list where it says Home, Announcements, Assignments, Discussions, there's a link called Files.
All right.
Well, let me see. Let me look at this as a student. Shit. Where are you at? Here you are. View as a student. Yeah, I'm a student now. Okay. So if I click Pages, it should say Photo to PDF. And then there's an assortment of iPhone and Android apps.
So first is Pages, and then it goes to Files or something again?
No, if you hit Pages.
Yeah.
Do you see where it says Photo to PDF?
I'm not on Canvas right now. So
Oh, okay. You'll see where it says Photo to PDF, and you click it. And then it's a listing of different apps.
All right.
Okay. Let me see. So that's good. Let me lower your hand because I have supreme power. Ha.
Okay.
So again, anything you use to capture, it would be most ideal if they were PDF files you were sending me. This will be for quizzes, for homework, whatever. That's the easiest format to work with and to make sure that it comes through. I'm getting people send it to me in all kinds of formats and it's not opening, and that's exciting. Let me keep the topics one at a time. Okay. Emily, you got a question? Where's Emily? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. How is the homework gonna work now? Like we used to have time up until the test, so how much time will we have now to do
I
it?
love it. Okay. So at some point, I got to sit down. Canvas, I'm learning it. So what I'm going to do is in assignments, I'm going to put chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, and that's where you would upload the homework for those chapters. In those sections, I will have due dates. I need to still figure out what the due dates are going to be because the due dates used to be the day of the test. And of course, I just said, no more test. So I got to figure out a decent due date. And I'm still going to accept it late. That's fine. But the due dates will show up in Canvas.
So
Okay,
it'll be
hopefully, sorry.
not as much time anymore, but you know
Say
what I
it one
mean?
more time.
Like we won't have as much time now, probably, to do our assignments.
I don't see why not. I think I will give you enough time to
Okay.
do them. Yeah.
Okay.
And as always, even if the due date is after the quiz, the best way to be ready for a quiz is to actually do the homework before the quiz.
Mhm.
I like it. So I will put the due dates up on Canvas. If anybody has issues, I haven't heard from anybody. Well, I've heard from one student who's in the medical profession. Their schedules changed drastically. So I'm trying to work with them to figure out how to do several things. Anybody else has a situation, because your work, because your family obligations, whatever, that you haven't told me about yet, you don't have to tell me right now in front of everybody. Just email me or something. Just let me know what's going on, and I will work with you to figure out how to keep you in the class, get you through the content, all this kind of stuff. Yes? All right. I know all too well that this is the weirdest freaking time I've lived through yet, and I'm old. So I'm going to try to work as much with you. At the same time, so I want to really understood, I'm going to be trying to be flexible. I'm going to work with you, but this is still a course that you have signed up for. You still have to be here like you are right now. In the new updated syllabus, I did say, I can't remember exactly what I said. Who remember? I can't remember. There's a certain number of times you have to show up for lectures or else I can drop you. And I will drop people if they just don't show up, especially if you're not communicating with me at all. So right now, you guys are all here. I love it. Keep it going. But I am all too well aware that weird things can happen, especially now. You just have to stay in touch with me. You don't have to give me a lot of specifics if you don't want to. You just have to let me know what the hell's going on and not make me wonder, where are they? What's going on? Because I might just drop you if I don't hear from you. Okay. How are we doing so far? Any other questions before I keep going? So if somebody just got here, we just covered that there are no more tests except the final, and that there will be more quizzes now. And we have a quiz on Thursday. So right after this, we do the lectures thing. I'll send the quiz out, and you have until midnight that night to give it back to me. Now, I'm going to put on the quiz, don't use external help. Don't use other people. Don't use websites. Don't use whatever the hell, right? So I'm going to assume that everybody's going to treat it as if it's a quiz that we would take in class. I am going to put the formulas on the quizzes. So you'll have those, but you really should not use anything else to help you with the quiz. You could use your Z-score charts, whatever the hell, right? Understanding the temptation of getting help. The way the final is going to work. So the final is our only test now that we have left. The final is going to be here on Zoom. We are going to log in. You're going to have video on, and you're going to take the final, and I'm just going to sit here and scan through everybody like somebody's working security. I love it. Many of you guys are upstanding. You do the right things. Some of you guys, not so much. So to keep some integrity in the course, I need to do that. It's impossible to do it face to face. Somebody's asking me. Yeah, so if you notice, let me think. have I put that up there yet? I'm pretty sure I put up in Canvas in assignments corrections. So somewhere you can upload corrections. I might put due dates on there too. If something doesn't have a due date, then it's not due till the end of the semester. You guys with me? The reason I made quiz corrections due the day of the next test is because if you correct the quiz, that should help you get ready for the next test. The fact that there's no tests anymore, I might make all the corrections due the day of the final. I haven't made that official yet. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that. But I haven't really. I'm almost certain I will do that. And I'll let you know the minute that's a definite. Okay. Any questions about that? A couple people just logged in. If anybody hasn't said here or said something on chat yet, just say here. If your username is not your name, say, this is blah, blah, blah. I am here. Don't say blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Oh, here. Okay, Victor. So Victor just put down there, they use a calculator, can't rent a proper calculator from the library. So I am gonna have to trust you if you have like an app on your phone. I don't know. I mean, what can I do? There's a lot of really good apps for, I actually have one on my, if you have an Android phone, I could forward you the app that I use. That is a TI emulator. Can you see it? Oh, every now and again you can see it. Let me turn this stupid virtual background off. I don't need it. Go away. All right. You can see I put whiteboard sticker decal thing here, so now I can put shit up on the board behind me. All right. So anyway, that's the app on my Android. Looks just like a normal TI calculator. So if you are interested, I try to put it up on my website, but for some reason it didn't like that. So I might try to send it to you over email if you want to shoot me an email. If you have an Android, I have an app that is a TI 83 emulator. And then of course there's other apps that are just as good or even better than the TI. So, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to have to let you use your phone for your calculator if you don't have a calculator. On the day of the final, I'm going to be watching over Zoom, and I might click on you and say, show me your phone if you're using your phone for a calculator or something, instead of walking around the room, which I can't do anymore. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions about what we've talked about so far? No. Okay. No questions. All right. Did I miss a question? I feel like I missed a question. No. Okay. So just before I get into if anybody has questions about anything specific from homework or something, I want to say this. I think I said this in one of my emails. We actually got ahead in the book the week before we, left, that we couldn't come back. So, which is kind of nice. We're actually right where we're supposed to be. Because this week was going to be the test, and now I've broken it up into quizzes. So the nice thing with that is it'll be much easier to keep up now because I'm not going to have class time taken up by taking tests. They're going to be quizzes that you take in your own. The final exam is going to be the same day, same time. As we get closer, I might ask people if they could take it at a different time because I am going to take it with you on Zoom and I can only see so many people on the screen at once. So I might see if anybody can take it at a different time. I'll just have to wait and see how things shake out, how many people are still in the course. Is anybody not fully aware of the options you have for withdrawing and having the withdrawal not have any effect on you at all? Are you guys getting those emails from the college and understanding? Alex, are you saying you're good with it, I guess? Okay, well, you're saying yes, so I'm going to assume that that means you're good with it. So everybody understands your option. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, by the emails, I mean like I'm good with sticking with the course.
Okay. If any of you decide that you need to drop for whatever reason, there's an option. There's what's called an EW, which would hold you harmless, which would not affect you at all. You would be refunded. It's all crazy. It's kind of buried in one of the emails that this college sent to you. Somebody's asking me if I'm going to post the grade on Canvas. I don't know. I was thinking about doing the grade sheet. Have I done a grade sheet summary for you guys yet? Where I give you a piece of paper. It's got your grades on there and what your grade would be with no homework and with all the homework. Have I not done that yet? I did do that, right? Okay, I see. 5 people say no and 1 person says yes. That's neat. I'm pretty sure I did. Somebody's saying no, I'm insane. All right. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use Canvas grading because I don't trust it fully to work correctly because it's not worked correctly for a few of my colleagues in the past. But I will send out information to each of you individually every now and again with a current state of things after we take a few quizzes and so forth. If you want to know where you are right now, you can always just email me and I can tell you where you are right now. I don't know. I'm going to look at the Canvas grade and see how much control I have over it. And I might put grades in Canvas. All right. So let me make a note for myself. All right. Let's see. Any other questions at the moment about how the class is going to work? If anybody logged in after I asked this, make sure you get that you got your email with the updated syllabus. I just put the parts of the syllabus that changed. Make sure you got that so that if you disagree with something or you're unsure about something, you can ask me about it. Something I wanted to say, I didn't say this earlier. Did you guys notice when you looked at the updated syllabus that the final counts 5% more than it did before? Okay, so I took the test percentage, put it on top of the quiz percentage, because all the rest of the tests are now quizzes. But then I saved 5% and put it on top of the final, because the final is the thing I can trust the most. It still is going to be a range. You guys can see that on the updated syllabus. It's still a range depending on which thing is your lowest grade. So if you do the worst on the final, it's going to count for the least percentage that it can. What will the final be on? Let's see. Only things from chapter 1 to chapter 11. That's all. Or chapter 12. Yeah. I can't remember. Basically everything. I can say that less like a jackass. It's going to be, the final is cumulative, like every final is supposed to be. So, you know, if you have teachers that don't make cumulative finals, they're breaking the law, but it's, you know, it's up to them. All right, anything else before I open it up to, let me see, where can I access the book online? Oh, well, the whole point with the way I do books now is that it's a free book online. If you go to, I might start putting these links in Canvas now, but on my website, if you click on the Math 160, you'll see a link to the free textbook. It's free. It's online. You can view it online. You can download the PDF. Let me see. Let me put the link in here. All right, there we go. Come here, you. Oh, the blazing speed. Let's try this again. There we go. You could do it. There you go. All right. Here I come. Oh my God. Here's the link. Oh, okay. So that's where the book is. And again, you can view it online. You can download a PDF. You can order a hard copy. It's like $34 if they still have them in stock. And if Amazon is still making their workers go out, I don't know. I haven't ordered anything off of Amazon recently. I did look to see if they had TP, and they didn't. And then finally, my local grocery store finally had some. It's funny how humans create their own crises. Yeah. I don't blame us. It's a little freaky, so we're all going to freak out. Okay. Anything else before I get into stuff? I'm trying to remember if I said everything I should. If you look at the syllabus, you should see all the stuff. Let me know if you have questions about how things are going to work. I will update Canvas with homework and due dates and stuff like that. And there's the pages on Canvas that explain to you how to do things with your phone to scan stuff and make it a PDF. Whew. I've already sent back some homework that I've created. I don't know if anybody's here right now that I sent it back to. So it's even worse handwriting than normal because I'm using a mouse to write it on there. So it's so exciting. I try to write bigger so you can maybe have a better chance to read it. I'm doing what I can. Okay. So the last time I did this, so how I envision these sessions working is this week is basically, today is going to be seeing if you guys have any homework questions. I've got my little whiteboard kind of wannabe thing over here. Oh, this is like a stand I'm using. This is insane. My little workstation here, as you can see. I've got this up here I can do stuff on. I'm envisioning these being lecture on new material, and then I can do a few homework questions, but I can also take suggestions on extra YouTube videos to make. I'm still gonna make, YouTube videos using my little whiteboard thing on homework examples, stuff like that. Did I say this? I think I said this. The review sheet that's up on Canvas, I'm going to post a video showing the solutions to it. All right, so you should grab that and try it out. The review sheet's basically what practice 2 would have been. Oh, here's another thing. Okay. Our first COVID quiz is going to be on Thursday. Our next one is going to be the following Tuesday. So Thursday's quiz is chapter 5, chapter 6. Cool. Next Tuesday, the quiz is going to be chapter 4 and chapter 7. Oh, yeah. Because I want those 2 quizzes to take the place of what the test would have been. I like it. Any questions on that? So a quiz on this Thursday on 5 and 6, like we were supposed to have before, and then a quiz on Tuesday on 4 and 7, and those together will make test 2. So I'm basically taking the test I would have given you and cutting it into quizzes. Now let me catch up. Will I still do office hours? I don't know. So if you've noticed, I made these lecture times like just an hour each. And then I'm going to have an official time when it kind of ends. And then I'm going to just stay on for like another however many minutes I need for anybody that wants some office time. Let me see. Oh, it said error. Shit. So office hours, you could always request time. Let me think. How can I say this? If enough, shit. I'm not really sure. I got to fill this out because if I make an official office time, like I did over spring break, which was exciting, which is me sitting here staring at the screen going, is anybody going to show? I had a couple people eventually show up. I think mostly I want the office hours to be on the end of lecture time. If several people want to have another time to do a Zoom lecture, office hours, I can do that too. But one-on-one Zoom time, I don't know. That might be kind of crazy because I have a bunch of Zoom meetings for all the other freaking committee meetings that I'm on. It's getting a little crazy. Somebody said they tried accessing the review sheet, but it said error. Is anybody else able to get that review sheet? Let me make sure I can do it. I'm still a student here. Shit. Get in there. Barf. Where are you at, review sheet? There it is. Undated assignments. Review. Hmm. Let me see. Yours opened. Yours opened. What's funny is mine's not opening. That's all. Oh, there it is. Okay. Open Sesame. There we go. Mine opened. So I need to take my own advice and save these things in PDF form, because that would be, you might have a Word doc problem. Let me see. Who had an issue? You still having an issue? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, let me catch up. So Hannah, let me know if you still have an issue with the review sheet. I can save it as a PDF and send it to you. This Thursday, so let me type it in chat. This Thursday, get in there. Quiz 5 and on chapter 5 and 6. Next Tuesday, quiz on chapter 4 and 7, just to be weird. All right. Let me see. Opened, thanks, opened, figured it out, kick ass. All right. Thank the gods. Somebody said yes to me. Okay, let me clear that. All right. Okay. On here it says it can only do up to 40 minutes for calls over 3 people. I don't understand. That should be if you set up your own meeting, I thought.
Oh,
Who's
maybe.
that, Emily? Emily?
Yeah.
Yes.
It might be that. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're a host, yeah.
Okay.
Because when I first signed up for this, it said that same thing to me, and I thought, well, shit. and then I talked to somebody at the school, and they said, don't worry, dude, we got a premium for you. I'm like, oh, wow, look at me. So I have the premium thing through the school. So as a host, I can keep everybody here. So I was thinking, if several people wanted to go through me to like on your own, you could set up a meeting with other people through Zoom, but up to 40 minutes over 3 people. So I don't know. I don't know. You could do 2 people for I don't know how long. So that's up to you guys if you want to use Zoom in interesting ways. I was even thinking that maybe as I get more used to Zoom, I can break people out into groups. So there's an option for me to even possibly do group work through this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to feel it out and see if that seems to be okay. Okay, anything else? Any other technical stuff before I move on? No, I like that. Somebody's like, just go. You got a go faster button there too. Do you guys see that? It's like, come on, dude. What the shit? Okay. All right, so let me ask this. Now that you know you got those 2 quizzes coming up. Oh, and the last thing I want to say in general, on Thursday, we will start with a little review since I'm going to do that quiz that day, but then we're going to get into new stuff. Oh yeah, we're going to get into chapter 8 on Thursday. So Thursday, this time will be me actually lecturing and stuff up here. And then I could do like a few follow-up YouTube videos with specific examples from the homework stuff. So that's going to happen on this Thursday. So how about, does anybody have any questions from, I had a few questions the other day from chapter 6. There's a couple of weird things. Chapter 7, there's a couple of weird things. I've done a ton of, not a ton, I've done several videos with homework examples recently. Anybody right now have a question 4, 5, 6, 7? Laurel, what you got? I like it. You're raising hands, both real and digital. I like it.
On section 4.2, it's the only question that I haven't answered yet because I got confused. It's 36.
Of course, if I was more with it, I would have freaking. So I left my book at the office the one day thinking I'll get it the next day. And then they're like, nah. So I need to access it online real quick. And you said chapter 4?
Yeah, 4, section 4.2.
Number
36.
36, okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. Duped. 36. That's probably in practice section, right? Whee! 36 says, oh, sweet. I love it. Okay, beautiful.
The only one I haven't answered.
One of the two, I think there's two that are like this. 36 is the one about you are playing a game. Would you like to play a game? Where'd you go? Yeah. You're playing a game by drawing a card from a deck of cards. Okay. Does that sound familiar to anybody? So in case you can't. Oh, we're going high tech as all hell, everybody. Just hold the phone up to the screen. All right. I could share my screen, but it's annoying as hell. You're playing a game by drawing a card from a standard deck and replacing it. That's important. If you replace the card, real quick, if I draw a card and then replace it before I pick another card, what does that mean?
It resets the odds.
Yes, so all the probabilities stay the same. In this case, you're only picking one card, so it's not that big of a deal. If the card is a face card, you win $30. If it's not a face card, you pay $2. So how many face cards are there in a deck of cards? How many cards have faces on them?
4.
4? Yes.
Yeah.
No. What
No.
are they?
Sorry, Jack, Queen, King.
Yes. Jack, Queen, King. And there's 4 suits. So there's 12 face cards.
Yeah.
So how many cards are there with no face on it? If you had an older sibling, you know all too well how many cards there are. There's 52 cards. Because every now and again, my sister would pick them up, boy. So 52 total cards.
40.
12 face cards, 40 not face.
Not face
So
cards.
some people, for the answer to this question, what they said was this: my odds of losing are so high, screw this game. And I'm like, what the hell? That makes no sense. The whole purpose of this section is to learn how to figure out how good is it to do something? What are the odds? Not just what are the odds, but what do I expect on average to make or lose? So let me ask you this. If I said, give me a dime, and I got 87 decks of cards. You with me? 87 card decks, all mixed up. And if I pick the 7 of diamonds, you'll make $1 million. You with me? And all you got to do to play the game is give me a dime. Your odds of losing are stupid big. Does everybody understand? 87 decks. And if I get the 7 of diamonds, you'll win. So your odds of losing, your probability of losing is huge. But who gives a shit? It costs a dime. So yeah, I got a chance to win $1 million, and it only cost me a dime to get a chance. Therefore, I will take the chance. I don't care how unlikely it is. So it gets a little bit harder when the million is maybe $50 and it costs like $5 to play. Then you're like, and that's where the math comes in. So you need to make a table of values for this. You need to make an XP of X table. So let me just show a couple things. So what we just said was, let me see. Here I go, whiteboarding again. So we said there were 12. Can you guys see that? Even though it's, it's written as slant, who cares? So that means that there are 40 non-face cards, at least in the deck that I use. So what's probably get a face card?
12 out of 40.
No?
Oh, 12 out of 52. Sorry.
All right, I kind of set you up for that. Sorry. Probably don't get a face card will be 40 out of 52. Is that cool? Okay. So what you need to do, now that I've run out of room, you got to make a table like this. Once you get a table like that, sorry for the glare. I got to figure out where to put my... Is that better? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Cinematographer, I am not. So what can you do in this problem? You can either win $30, right? Or you can lose, what was it?
$2.
$2. And the probability that you win is if you get a face card, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that goes here. The probability that you lose is if you don't get a face card.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can figure out the expected value. And the way you interpret the expected value is if it's positive, that means you expect, if you played this game a lot, you expect to make that much on average.
Okay.
If it's negative, if you play the game a lot, you expect to lose that much on average.
Okay.
I like it. So how many of you guys pay car insurance? Anybody? Nobody pays car insurance. You're like, who needs insurance? Alex is like, oh, I love you guys. That's hilarious. So if you don't drive, okay. If you do drive and you don't pay car insurance, that's concerning. Oh, did I lose Lanja? All right, she's back. So the interesting thing about how they figure out what premium you're going to pay, they make a table of values like this. Anybody just turned 25 or is about to turn 25? Let me clear this. Anybody know what happens when you turn 25 related to car insurance? I don't have a car. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be car shaming anybody. An ACE is not considered a face card. I'm sorry. I missed that in the chat. An ACE ain't got a face. So where was I? Let's see, Alex. All right. What was I just saying? Damn. All right. So what happens when you turn 25 is, according to the insurance companies, you somehow suddenly realize how to drive because your premiums will go way down for your insurance. I still remember when that happened for me. I'm like, oh my God. They make a table of values like this for age groups, for if you make good grades or not, and they can predict the probability. They can see how much money they've paid out in the past to cover accidents by people in those situations. So very often you have insurance that you'll get a good grade discount because they see from the data that the people that get good grades normally are in less accidents, or they expect to pay out less money for those people. Do you guys follow what I'm saying? So that's the kind of example that this kind of problem, XP of X, is used all the damn time. Because if they say on average, we're going to have to pay out $400 for every person, then I'm going to set my premium to be $500, $600, because then I'm making money on average from everybody. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. Okay. So that's one example I never did do in class, and it was in my brain. I was like, damn, that's a really good thing to talk to people, because you guys are normally most of us are worried about car insurance, health insurance, even whatever. Okay. Health insurance, especially nowadays. But does that help? I went a little bit past the problem, but oh well, you're used to that.
No, thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. I got to keep an eye on the time too. How about anybody? Hannah, where you at? There you are. What you got?
Can you explain?
What
was it? Chapter 5, number 6.
I think I missed somebody else's question in chat too. I'm sorry. I'm really not used to this. There it is. I'll come back to that. Let me do that one first. Hannah, can you type your question in the chat? I missed somebody. Ree, you were asking about 7165D. Oh, Scheisse. 65. Okay. So this is section 7.1, number 65. This is the one about, oh yeah, good, perfect. Okay. This is perfect. This is exactly the kind of question I was asked yesterday. All right, guys. So if you want to play along, this is 65 and 7.1. It's the one about length of songs in somebody's iTunes collection, right? And it tells me this. It tells me the length of songs is uniformly distributed from 2 to 3.5 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. And then they pick 43 songs. Okay. How's everybody doing? All right. Ooh, 2 more messages. I'll get to you. So part D, okay, this is perfect. Okay, you ready? Can somebody tell me what the mean and the standard deviation, how do I figure that out for just this distribution, this uniform distribution from 2 to 3.5, whatever the hell the height is? Does anybody know what the formulas are for those? Does anyone know that there are formulas for those? Yes, no. Okay. If you've done the homework, you should have run into this. The mean for a uniform is this. Just right in the middle. It makes sense. If it's uniform, the mean should be right in the middle. Let me pick a better pen here. My poor little blue is dying. No, not blue. Blue. Scheisse. There you go. And the standard deviation is this weird ass thing. The minute I put this up here, this should sound familiar. You divide by 12. Remember this guy? Yes, maybe? No? Let me clear that. Clear. Yeah, so now stay with me. This is a uniform distribution that they give us. So the mean would be 3.5 plus 2 divided by 2. What the hell is that? 3.75? Maybe? That doesn't make any sense, Jeff. Get out of there, Jeff. 2.75? There it is, buddy. You did it. You did it. Sure, okay. And then the standard deviation is going to be 3.5 minus 2 squared divided by 12. I'm not going to do that in my head. I don't feel like it. Let's see, 1.5 squared divided by 12. I get 0.433. All right, let me stop for a second. Now, everybody who's still watching me, because I love it when you have the video off, you could be like back in the room or something, but whatever. Everybody's still playing along with me. You might say, they never asked me to calculate these things, Jeff. What the shit? But part D says, what do the sample means follow? What kind of distribution do they follow? Now, we already know what kind of distribution they follow. And this, I love this problem, and I so would, because it's got so many levels to it. What's the sample size? $43, right? Okay, I love it. I got to keep up with my chat. You guys might be, oh my shit. Everybody's telling me 43. I got you. More than 30. I love it. Reed's like, who cares? It's more than 30. Exactly. So therefore, what kind of distribution will the sample means follow? Let me push this back. Can everybody see all that stuff? Anybody know what kind of distribution is going to follow since n is greater than 30? 1 new message, 2 new messages. Yes, normal. Okay, I got you. Stop saying normal. So I really, stay with me now. They give me a uniform distribution, and so I can figure these 2 things out for the uniform distribution. But when they ask me about the sample mean for samples of 43, we know a few things. We know it's approximately normal now because n's greater than 30. We know the mean stays the same. And we know the standard deviation does what? I see some people typing. I'm excited. No. Nope. That's what the standard deviation used to be. That's the standard deviation for the original distribution. Yes. The standard deviation becomes what it was divided by the square root of 43. I know it feels like about 7 years ago that we talked about that. I love this problem because you have to realize that the minute I take a sample and I ask about the sample mean, it doesn't matter worth shit what it used to be. If the sample's bigger than 30, it is now normal. And no matter what, the standard deviation changes. The old one divided by the square root. I'm sorry, what's underneath? That's a great question. Let's see if Jeff, come on, Jeff. You can do it. 0.433 divided by the square root of 43, right? It's sigma divided by the square root of n. Can everybody see that? I'm gonna have to get some help from, oh, let me see. I don't know. Did I give any more light? Oh, strange times. Everybody see that now? Oh, crap. As I walked by, I erased part of it. I love it. Oh. I love this problem. So then that's part D is the mean is the same as it used to be, and the standard deviation changes. This is for individuals in the uniform distribution. This is for groups of 43. Oh, I so love the problem. If you look at the practice, the review thing that I put up on Canvas, I think it's the last problem is basically exactly like this. So it kind of tells you how much I like it. Now, just to remind you guys, I'm pretty sure I said this before. These formulas, I'm actually not going to put them on the test or you know, on the quizzes that will take the place of the test. You guys with me? But for some reason, I still really love this problem because it reminds you that this whole central limit theorem thing happens no matter what the hell it was before. It just happens. All right, let me catch up with my chat. Anybody not good with that? Anybody still have follow-up questions for what we just did? Alex, you got a follow-up question?
Can we complete 65? Like backtrack to parts A and B?
Oh, sure. Is that the one I'm on right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So part A is what they continuously ask you in almost every question is,
Okay.
in words, what does the random variable tell you, right? What's the variable? So what are they measuring? And the first 4 words tell you the answer, right?
Okay.
Part B is this thing they love to do. And by now you need to be used to this. I'm going to take all this away. Boy, this is how, it's like I made it a challenge to set this up so it's the most awkward it can be. Rah! I have succeeded. They continuously ask you this kind of weird thing, right? And I had somebody ask me about it. They give you this. And what could go here is either U for uniform, N for normal, or B for binomial. And then what goes here is the 2 most important things. For uniform, it would be A, B, the beginning, the end. For a normal curve, it would be mu, sigma, and for a binomial, it would be NP. So in this problem, part B is going to be uniform. So I actually answered part B earlier. It's a uniform distribution from 2 to 3.5.
Okay.
I like it. Part C is just, in words, what's this? Well, that's the sample mean average of song lengths from 43 songs, right? I don't know why I'm just giving you the answers. I probably should leave something for you to do.
Intimidated a little bit, I guess.
What's up, Alex?
I got a little bit intimidated at first when I was checking out this homework online for the first time, though.
I understand. But you start to get used to those questions about, in words, what's this? X is approximately what? And you got to just know what they want put in there. And to be honest, this is kind of like the way I do in the problem when I summarize what I know. I don't necessarily write it like this when I'm lecturing, but just to make the book happy, that's what you would do. So let me catch up. Let me see. Who have I missed? Hannah, what was your question? Here's the ace in the face. I saw the sign. Okay. Okay, I did that one. Oh, all right. Hannah has got a question. If I had a uniform probability, or it doesn't even matter, if I had a probability distribution that goes from 0 to 15, so I have some distribution that goes from 0 to 15. I don't even know what it looks like. What's the probability x is greater than 15? Let me see. Somebody got that? Yeah, take the question mark off of there. Yeah, it's 0. Yeah, there we go. Of course it's 0. If I said this die goes from 0 to 15, it's got 15 sides to it. Where are my Dungeons and Dragons players? And I roll it, what's the probability I roll something bigger than 15? It's not in the distribution. It's not something that could happen. So it doesn't even matter what shape it is. All that matters is it stops at 15. Oh shit, let's see. I gotta navigate through this chat. Raise your hand if I missed a question from you. I don't think I missed anything. But it is me, so I assume I did. It looks like I didn't. Okay. This is officially, I think, you pretty much asked the same questions that I got yesterday from my other stats class, which is expected. Those are kind of the weirder questions. So I'm very happy that I got those questions. I'm going to officially, anybody on here right now that never said here in the chat, you might want to do the, somebody's just now coming. This is interesting. All right. Let me see. So everybody here has said here in the chat, right? Andrea or Andrea, I always get that wrong for anybody named that. Can you real quick just say, I'm gonna put a note here. Andrea, Andrea, can you say here in the chat if you can hear me? Oh, there she is. Andrea, can you say here in the chat if you can hear me? Oh, thank you. All right. Now, the bad news for anybody who joined recently is we're basically done. I am recording this. I will put it up on YouTube. And like I said earlier, I will stick around if anybody wants to stick around and ask any more questions. Otherwise, you guys are free to go to another room in your house or something if you want to. Rename them things like the library, the gym, or, you know, and say, where'd you go? I went to the gym. And then don't go to the gym. But yeah, you're free to go if you want to. And I'll post this up on YouTube. Okay. Anybody else, anybody sticking around, put your hand up if you got a question. No. Okay. Well, if you don't have a question, you could head out. You don't have to stay here. All right. I got people leaving. Chapter 6, number 15. Okay, let's see. Chapter 6, number 15. Okay. So Hannah, I like this question. They tell you that X follows a normal distribution. What was it? 2, 6, 6, 2. Where'd it go? 2, 6. Right? So Hannah, can you tell me what the mean is? Let me take another shot of whiskey. Oh yeah. Again, that's most likely tea, but you never know. Yes. So the mean is 2, standard deviation is 6. So then they ask you, What value of x has a z-score of 3? Right? We have a nifty couple of formulas. We have this formula, of course, we should all know really well. That's really useful if I don't know the z-score, but I do know the x and all the other stuff. Then we have this one that is the same formula, just solve for x. And this one, of course, is good if I know z, but I don't know x, which is exactly the situation here, right? So they tell me a z-score of 3, so I know what z is. I know the mean and the standard deviation, so therefore, bam. Now, is that okay, Hannah? Yes, okay. Just to take a step away from this formula, though. Screw the formula. Z-score means what? What does the z-score tell you? Hannah's typing. Anticipation. Anticipation. And what's point? What do you mean point? How many somethings away from the mean? No. Anybody gonna help her out? The z-score tells you how many what's from the mean. Standard deviations, there you go. So if the z-score is 3, that means I am 3 of these above, because it's positive, the mean. So if I start at the mean and I go 3 of these up, I'm going to end up at the data point, because that's what a z-score tells you. But you'll notice that is exactly the formula, right? Of course it is. Formulas can't do anything other than represent ideas. And ideas don't change. I just change how I can use ideas. So that formula represents the idea of what a z-score tells you. Okay, anything else? I got a much smaller group now. Anybody else have question? If you missed part of this lecture, again, it's going to go up on YouTube later. I am not a YouTuber, but if I were you, I might subscribe to my channel just so when I upload something, you're on top of it. I do not monetize my videos. I'm just happy if a student goes to watch it. If I monetize them, holy shit. If I had a professor that monetized their videos, I'm like, I'm not going to watch your dumb video. Chapter 5, 82. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Okay. This is the big one. Is there a specific part on chapter 5, number 82 that you're having trouble with? Oh, you mean I thought you started to write I don't know or something. You mean part I. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So now watch this. So number 82 is the one about the bus, and it's the big one. I mean, she's talking about part I. And they tell you that it's uniform curve from 25 to 45, right? And then part I says, what's the probability that X is between 25 and 55? That's exactly like me saying, roll a normal die. What's the probability you get between 0 and 87? Part of your brain says, 87, that's impossible. But listen to what I said. What's the probability that if I roll a normal die, I'll get a side that says somewhere between 0 and 87? That's 100%. Every side of the die is between 0 and 87. So if this goes from 25 to 45, what's the probability that I get something between 25 and 55? 100%. It's going to have to be in there. But I think our brains say it can't be 55. Who cares? this covers everything it can be. So the probability it's in there. Yeah. What's the probability? Pick a person and they're less than 3,000 years old. So Party Brain says, can't be 3,000 years old, but what's probably the less than 3,000? 100%. Right? Now don't come at me with, I saw this YouTube video of this guy that was born in the year 900. Whatever. Okay. Actually, I want to see the video, if there's a video of a guy born in the year 900. Chapter 7, 63D. Let's see. We keep changing chapters. Let me see. Is that in the homework part? Yes, 63 is the one about the IRS. And thankfully, we all got an extension on doing those taxes. So they got an extension on giving us our money back. So they don't care. Let's see. Part D says, would you be surprised if the 36 taxpayers finished their form in an average of more than 12 hours? So just figure out what the probability. So for 63D, am I doing the right problem? Yes. 63D, just do the probability that the sample mean is greater than 12. And see how unlikely that is. So if it's less than 5%, you'd say, yeah, it looks like it's pretty unlikely. Is that all right, Virginia? And of course, in that problem, 63D, in that number 63 in chapter 7, you've got to, change the standard deviation because now you're talking about a group of whatever it was, 36, right? So you got to change the standard deviation before you calculate the probability, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. I'm slowly losing more people. That's fine. Anybody else have a question, or are you guys just hanging out to see what a question might be? I don't want to leave. Somebody might ask something good, and then we're all just sitting here staring at each other. All right, I'm gonna call it then. So I'm gonna kill this. It's gonna take a little while for it to process, and then I'm gonna post it up on the YouTubes. And I will see you guys on Thursday. And let me think. I'll probably send an email out when the video's up and to remind everybody that wasn't here. Not remind them, but tell them that there's going to be a quiz on Thursday and they better show up to some freaking lectures or they're going to get dropped. All right, guys. I'm going to kill it. Thanks for showing up, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Hopefully since I've been meeting with my classes yesterday and today, I feel better. I felt kind of like I'm floating a bit with the way things are. But this kind of grounds things a little bit for me. I don't know how you guys feel about it. You could even just, I'm sure some of you guys that don't have your webcams on or you're laying in bed, that's an awesome way to do class. That's different. Okay, that's enough for me. I'll see you guys later. Let me know if you have questions, email and stuff. Bye.